Are we live? And yes, we are. Hello and welcome to the first x.plus live stream. This is your host Kareem, and I'll be giving you a quick 2023 catch up as we approach the new year. Now, crypto in 2023 had its ups and downs, but it started with some negative news, mainly with the major crypto companies facing a lot of layoffs for their staff. So, as we can see here, Binance has laid over 1,000 of their employees. But it wasn't just Binance that had a lot of layoffs this year. Blockchain.com, which is another cryptocurrency exchange, also faced cutting off almost 30% of their staff in the beginning of the year. And also Coinbase has laid off 20% of their staff. Now, what was the reason for these crypto exchanges to have layoffs of their employees? Well, it's mainly for the reasons of cutting costs and due to the loss of their profits, because volumes in the beginning of the year weren't really high and the exchanges weren't profitable. Now, who remembers all of the schemes that have happened back in 2022? Mainly the FTX collapse and the Celsius collapse, all of whom were affected due to the Luna fiasco. Well, on some good news, I guess, the founder and CEO of Celsius has been arrested due to the fraud that he has done with the Celsius, where over $2 billion in customer deposits were stolen. And then he is finally arrested and convicted with 7 charges of fraud. Now, who remembers when the USDC has lost its peg? It went from $1 down to 87 cents for a few days because of their connections with the Silicon Valley Bank. Now, this had happened in March, and it has also led to a lot of panic in the market because USDC is a major stablecoin. But if we go on over on CoinMarketCap and just check out the USDC chart, rest assured that it's all recovered as of now, and it just had a minor dip in the market. So if you were one of the lucky few who were able to buy it down and then sell it back up, you could have made your easy profits. But as always with crypto, it's risky, even though it is a major stable coin. From what we've seen in 2022, USDC has also lost its peg, and for it to never recover. So here's another depegging situation that have happened. This was a stable coin that was connected to the Terra Luna ecosystem, and it's been stable ever since its inception in 2020, and then boom, it suddenly lost its peg to never recover. So always be careful when you're holding your stable coins. Now, and then another major news that have happened in this past year was the arrest and the conviction of Sam Bankman-Fried. Who remembers him? The founder of FTX, which was the second largest exchange by market volume prior to its collapse. And he's also been convicted of criminal charges. And speaking of criminal charges, also in most recent news that have happened back in November, Binance's CZ has also pled guilty to money laundering, and now he is in the United States awaiting trial, and no one knows if he's going to stay in prison or head back to his home residence in the UAE. But Binance has pled guilty, and they agreed to pay a $4 billion fine. Now, all of these are the major news that have happened this year in crypto, but it didn't really affect the market too much. I would say 2023 was a year of a recovery in terms of the crypto market, and there have been a lot of gainers in the market. So let's see the top 10 best performance of this year. Now the Solana ecosystem has grew really high this past year, and it has its own meme coin now. It's dubbed often as the Shiba or the Doge killer, and as we can see here, Bonk is the strongest performing cryptocurrency this year, with an increase from year to date up until now to 8,200%, guys. That's crazy. Now, the second top gainer of this year, and it's another altcoin gem, I'd say, is the layer 1 blockchain Injective, which had seen a 2,800% increase year over date. And another layer 1 blockchain, Caspa, has seen an increase of 2,250%. Teller, which is Yeah. Teller saw an increase of 1,800%. Render saw an increase of 1,000%. Now, Render is an interesting project because it has a fundamental aspect towards its use cases where it has a decentralized GPU lending architecture, and it's seen its hype come up due to the hype surrounding the AI market. And as you know, any AI that's being developed requires a lot of GPUs, and what Render is proposing is to sell GPUs based on the blockchain, allowing anyone to build their own AI applications. Solana, on the other hand, also saw an increase of 1,000%, starting this year at just $10, and now we can see it closing this year at over $100. What are your expectations for Solana, you know, in the long run? I'd put like a price target on Solana on at least $200. Conflux, which is another layer 1 blockchain, saw a nice increase of 760%. Wemix, which is a Korean based layer 1 blockchain project, also saw an increase of 750%. And Stacks. Now, it's interesting where people keep on saying that Bitcoin has no use case other than being a store of value, but Stacks has proposed to build a layer 2 stack to be built on top of the Bitcoin network. And due to the development of ordinals and a lot of people utilizing the Bitcoin ecosystem, we're getting technical difficulties. Stacks has seen a huge jump up to 620% and Immutable X with 500%. Now, all of these are amazing altcoins. Just keep your closed watch list to see which more tokens will pump in the future, I'd say. And again, the top Bitcoin, as it is, the glory of all cryptos, has increased 150% when opened this year at just $22,000. All right. Now, there's a lot of expectations towards the Bitcoin ETF that's going to happen possibly next year. Still, the SEC hasn't given their final approval, but they're estimating that by January 10 that they're gonna get an answer. Now, I wouldn't expect much of a huge market reaction because the pump that has happened in the last quarter of this year, starting from October, actually was due to the speculation surrounding the ETFs. And I'd say that the price has already factored in for the ETF, and then we'd expect a Bitcoin pump or an all-time high after the Bitcoin halving, which is happening in April to be expected. So the countdown is on for the Bitcoin halving, where the Bitcoin mining rewards will go from 6.25 BTC down to 3.125 BTC. And this will limit the Bitcoin supply, and therefore when the demand for Bitcoin increases, the price would go up. As always, thank you for watching this live stream. And if you have any questions, leaving down the comments down below, and we'll be ready to answer them. Thank you.